All right, so let's test this thing out and let me show it off. This is typically how we use it. We take a lot of stuff out of the boat just due to not leaving it in the weather and if there's any potential theft, which now we're keeping an extra eye on with multiple cameras and other means to watch the boat itself. So at the bare minimum, we'll have a pretty heavy loaded cooler, which is one of the big reasons I wanted this. All right, a few fishing rods, which I can let it down even lower if I want to put longer rods in to not hit up here, but looks like it might work out as is. Super expensive Millennium seats. Luckily, when I bought this used boat, it already come with that and I didn't have to pay for them. And trolling motor. Okay, that's already a heavy load, a fully loaded cooler, seats, trolling motor. Got some rods in over here. I could put a couple more if I wanted. And in addition to this, normally my wife will have a big bag with, like, say, a little Bluetooth speaker, maybe some sandals, some water shoes if you want to walk, sunblock, things like that, snacks. So that means we'll actually have to make 2 trips down. Somebody can go on down, we can lower it, pull the stuff off, bring it back up, unload even more stuff. So now you can see why this was kind of a necessity for us. A lot of times we'll pull up at dark. You know, we're setting catfish lines or fishing way downstream until dark. When we get up here, it's 12 to 15 feet down there. You're walking, it's very uneven. There's stumps, you're tripping, you're falling. Now imagine having a cooler or maybe a bucket full of fish and water, just really heavy stuff. It's dark, you can't see. It gets dangerous and sketchy. Then you gotta go all the way over here and bring all that upstairs and go down and make a second trip. Those days are over. All right, so let me show you what I have in this battery box. You can see I have got a battery charger right there. It's run over to a power pole that was already on the property whenever we bought it. So awesome. I put a 3-way plug in here and ran another extension cord down the bank to the boat because that battery has an onboard charger, very similar to these little cheap ones like this. You also seen that I wired in this remote control adapter right here. I'm happy I found these. You could do 12 to 48 volts input if I remember correctly, and it outputs 12 volt with a remote control. So it comes with 2 of these. I have one that I keep in the boat itself in a dry box and one up here. So if we get here at nighttime or early in the morning, well, check this out. We can turn on some 12 volt floodlights that I put in here that should give us plenty of light to see how we're walking, make sure we don't step on the snake, things like that. That's extremely important, something we never had before. Again, trying to walk that in the dark, which we've done many times. If you don't remember to bring a headlamp or a flashlight, it gets sketchy pretty quick. And we'll still keep a headlamp in the boat anyways, but now as we come pulling up, pull the one remote out of the boat and kick the lights on or off. That's pretty cool. I got a decent size AGM battery in here that I thought would be plenty powerful enough to run this small winch. Speaking of, I picked up this 2,500 pound ATV winch, like super cheap online. It was like 70 bucks shipped to me. That's what made me decide to do this instead of a hand crank. The heck with all that, if I could pick one of these up for not much more than a hand crank. Y'all seen that I did drill some drain holes in there because I know people's gonna ask about that. And all this is completely removable. This river does flood, so anytime I need to pull this up in the future, I can literally pull it out in just a few minutes. Take the top off, take the sled out. That makes everything lightweight and portable. Plus in the future, we may park the boat over there and I may move the little dumbwaiter, elevator, sled, whatever the heck you want to call it, over to that bank. Now, does this make sense for a lot of people? No. Was it a fun build? Yeah. Does it actually work for us? Absolutely. All right, all we got to do is hit the out button. I will say that winch is crazy loud. Okay, all that's left to do is go start fishing, make some fishing content. We'll share that on the outdoor channel. This right here, I promise you, it's gonna get a heck of a lot of use. Now that it's springtime, the weather's awesome. We have been coming and using the boat more and more, and we'll be happy to share that with you. Catch you on the next one.